Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the Cryptonian. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Bitcoin has finally made it. We have finally hit the 0.618 Fibonacci level. This is a very, very important level, and but we'll get into that in a moment. Taking a look at the crypto market, we can see here that the crypto market, the altcoins are just bleeding, and as Bitcoin goes higher here, Bitcoin is up 2.5%, about 2.2% for the 7-day period, and up 4.5% for the 24-hour period. And Ethereum is flat for the 24-hour period and down about 6% for the 7-day week. The rest of the market is showing that the altcoins are in double-digit losses. Double-digit losses, the majority of them. Some of them are in high double-digit losses. Now, we do see that some of these coins are outperforming the market. Wrapped BTC, of course, we know why, because Bitcoin is doing well. Wrapped BTC is still up for the week and for the 24-hour period. But let's take a look at some of the others. We see Injective Protocol. The market is bleeding. The altcoins are bleeding, and Injective Protocol still staying strong, moving higher, 9.7% for the week in gains. We see that STX, 20% for the week in gains. Lido DAO, 5% for the week in gains. Okay. Celestia up 20% for the week, 18% for the day. So we have a massive push to the upside in Celestia just in the last 24-hour period. We see, let's see here, MakerDAO up 18%, or Maker, excuse me, 18%. We have Osmosis, 13%. We have BitGet token, 5%. So you have some of these coins that are actually doing well. Akash or Akash, AKT, up 24%, 25% for the week. So there are a few coins showing a lot of strength as far as the altcoins go, but the majority of the market in double-digit losses. And this is part of that rotation that I was talking about. We have that rotation where we have, excuse me, that rotation where we have Bitcoin moves first. After Bitcoin has its big move, then the altcoins move. And then after the altcoins move, we see the altcoins take profit. That money goes back into Bitcoin. And that's what you can see happening here. When we take a look at, let's take a look at real quick the total market, the total market cap. The total market cap has been going down. Okay, here we did have a big move. We did have a big move. Whoops. We did have a big move higher, but recently it's been going lower. And that is because of the altcoins. But when we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, look at this. Bitcoin dominance is really pushing higher with a lot of strength. Bitcoin dominance has been going up for some time here. We've had a change in the market structure, change in the market momentum for Bitcoin. And so the total three, which are the altcoins, you can see have been taking profit and has been cycling down. We did have a reaction here briefly for the altcoins, but right now the money, the concentration of focus, the money is in Bitcoin right now. So that being said, let's take a look at the chart. We have finally made it to that 0.618 Fibonacci level. Normally at this level, we see a significant pullback. Normally at this level, we see a multi-month pullback in the market. In the last two cycles, we saw a 30% to a 60% correction here. And at this point in time when the price hit 0.618 Fibonacci level. So is that going to happen now? That is the big question. Are we going to see a multi-month correction in the market. We really don't know. We still are waiting for that Bitcoin ETF. That Bitcoin ETF deadline is this vertical red line, and so this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the SEC to make up their mind whether they're going to approve it or not. If they approve it, the question is it going to be a sell the rumor type of event? Not really sure. If it's a sell the rumor event, then we're going to have a correction in the market. We're going to have a correction in the price. However, if the approval brings new money in, and that new money is anxious to get into the market, then we could see higher prices. But then again, we don't know. Maybe those that want to get into the market will wait. Maybe they're waiting for a correction. We just don't know. We're in a very unique situation in the market right now. That being said, this Bitcoin ETF most likely is what is keeping the market moving higher, keeping the market optimistic, and so we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But typically we do see some type of a correction here. Now, let's take a look at our prices. Our prices, let me move this out of the way. Our resistance, price targets for the bulls. The resistance, immediate resistance for the bulls, 47,200. 47,200 for the bulls is resistance. Support, first line of support for the bulls is about 45,500 down here. Now we already did have a wick down there. The market did try to sell down. That was purchased very quickly, and we're seeing a lot of volatility here. A lot of volatility here. So price support is at 45,500, and if that breaks, if price goes below that, then 44,500 is where the next level of support is. Okay, so that's going to be very, very important. If we break that 44,500, then the next level is going to be down here, probably around the 200 moving average, which is around that 42,500, 42,600 area. But if we break this, the point of control is 43,600. If we break that 43,600, then we could see much lower prices and additional selling pressure. And the reason for that is you can see this gray area. This gray area on the chart is where most of the volume in the past month has transacted. And so if we fall below that point of control, then a lot of these buyers here that have purchased in last month could sell, and we could see additional downside pressure. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Right now, what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of strength to the upside. We're seeing the opposite right now. We're seeing a lot of strength, a lot of bullishness in the market right now. So that being said, let's take a look at the chart. The chart is showing a lot of strength. However, we're running into a overheated, overextended move. And we're seeing these red dots. These red dots we've seen in the past here, and even earlier, even before on the chart, and we see a significant pullback at that time. Now, we did try to have that pullback, but it was bought up. So what could happen? What could be very, very bullish is if we break through. What we need to watch for is if we break through that 47,200, then we could have a massive, massive move to the upside. And why would we have a massive move to the upside? Well, a lot of the bears are shorting here. A lot of the bears are in position. They have a short position here. And if we have a move higher, if we have a strong move by the bulls higher, a lot of those a lot of those bears, a lot of those short sellers, they're going to be forced out of their position, and they're going to have to buy back to get out of their position, and that's going to create a really strong move to the upside. And we could see that $51,300 level very quickly. And so, however, we need to understand that this is going to be a pretty strong area of resistance. But the next level, if we break through that 47,300, that next level is going to be 51,300. 51,300. And that is just below our purple line. Our purple line is showing the area of resistance in a macro pattern. So 53,600, 53,500 is where we most likely would see a lot of resistance. 53,500. And that is because when we go to the daily chart, or actually when we go to the weekly chart, we can see that we have price action way back in, way back in April. We have this resistance line that will most likely be a strong resistance for Bitcoin. Okay, and we're almost there. We're almost to that level. And so I did say, let me go back to the 4-hour here. One moment. Now, I did say that we did have a pattern breakout. We had a pattern breakout, and the target for that pattern is this white line. If you remember, we were in this ascending triangle, and this ascending triangle, when it broke out, the technical target for that breakout is 49,800, and I talked about that in a previous video. We're not there yet because the 0.618 Fibonacci level is before that, and that is significant resistance. So we're going to have to be patient and see how this plays out. So the price targets to the upside is going to be that excuse me, the resistance 47,200, and if we break that, then 51,400 or 51,300 is the next level, with the price target of the pattern breakout at 49,800. And then to the downside, the price support, let me go ahead and I'll put a line in for the price support here. I'll put a line in right there. Price support 45,500, and then if we break that 45,500, then of course we'll most likely come back down and retest that point of control, 43,600, and then of course even if that breaks, then we could see a pretty strong move to the downside, and we could even hit that $41,000 to $42,000 area. So $41,000, $42,000 area still is strong support. However, if we do return back to that area, that's not going to be good, and we could see additional downside sell pressure. So the question is what the market is going to be doing. What's the market psychology? Well, the path to the maximum pain is actually up. That's going to create a lot of FOMO in the market, fear of missing out, and that's going to move a lot of those bears out of the way. And so the market's going to try to go higher here because there's a lot of profit, a lot of liquidity here. But if it cannot, then it's going to move back to the downside. So I'm expecting a lot of volatility here, and I really don't know what direction the market's going to go in. There's just too many variables right now. We have the Bitcoin ETF. It's not approved yet, and the Bitcoin ETF has really been the motivating factor for the market to continue moving higher. Also, the 0.618 level. We've hit this level in the past, but whenever we hit this level in the past, we see a large correction for multiple months. And so I just really don't know. We have reason to be bullish. We have reason to be bearish. So I really don't know. I think the market's just going to have to work it out as we go. And I think if we do not get the Bitcoin ETF, then I think we'll probably have some kind of a pullback, a correction. If we do not get that Bitcoin ETF, if it's postponed to March, then we could see some type of a small correction in the market. Typically from here, we see a correction. Okay, you might hear the train. I apologize for that. Typically a correction in the last couple cycles, 30 to 60% to the downside. We may see a 20-25% correction if the Bitcoin ETF is not approved. However, it's not guaranteed. We really don't know. Also, we could have a breakout here, and that would explode the market higher, explode the market to the upside. So right now we're testing this area, and it depends on how strong the bears are, how strong the bulls are to get through this area. If we break through this area, like I said, we're going to hit that 51,000, 51,000, maybe even 53,000 quite quickly. Okay, so we need to be paying attention here. A lot of volatility. If you're using a lot of leverage, you're risking being pushed out of your position. It's too risky. It's a lot of, we're going to have a lot of volatility, and if you're using high leverage, you could blow up your account. So this is a warning. Again, not investment advice. You need to make your own decisions. Taking a look at the RSI 72, we're overextended to the upside, so we could see some sideways consolidation here. The price cycle 96 showing extension to the upside. EMA, excuse me, the EMA trend is bullish. Excuse me, I'm taking a little bit of water. EMA trend is bullish, and the volume trend is in accumulation. Volatility is expanding to the upside. We are in expansion, and so this is showing that this is a strong move to the upside. Price deviation 1.1, so we could continue. We're not at that 3 deviation area yet, and so we could see another impulse to the upside. So there you have it, friends. Don't want to make the video too long. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and please give the video a like. It's free. It helps us out. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.